Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Now our topic is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is the symbiotic association between. It is a symbiotic association between a fungus, a fungal hyphae and roots of some higher plants. Now, mycorrhizal roots often show wool-like covering of fungal hyphae on the surface. And remain in the upper layers of the soil. Where organic matter is abundant. So, a fungal hyphae can absorb water and nutrients for the plant, and roots may provide some necessary food material to the fungal hyphae. Thus, it is a symbiotic association. There is a root like this, and these roots have hyphae on it. And these increase that is called as the rhizosphere. Rhizosphere of the plant. It increases the rhizosphere of the plant. That is, if the root is up to here and fungal hyphae is up to there, all the nutrients and water that is found in this vicinity, it is absorbed by root. And the minerals and water up to this level, from this level to this level, it is first absorbed by fungi and then it is transported to root. So this space, it is covered by the root, it is called as rhizosphere. So rhizosphere is actually this. And this plant can absorb the nutrients and water from this space also. And this is said to be the increase in the rhizosphere. And this mycorrhizal association is found by some higher plants, like there's one birch or betula, usko bolte hain. Birch or betula. There is pinus species. There is apple species. There are peach species, etc. These show the mycorrhizal association. Now, this mycorrhiza may be of two types. There is one that is called as actomycorrhiza. It is plural, mycorrhiza. Z-A-E, mycorrhiza, it is plural. This type of mycorrhiza, the bulk of the fungus grows over the surface of the root as a mantle. It grows on the surface of the root, and it its part only lives in the intercellular spaces of cortex of the root. It is part of the fungal hyphae lives in the intercellular spaces of the cortex of the root, and that mycorrhiza is called as the ectomycorrhiza. And there is the root. A transverse section of root is like this. It is epidermis. There is then the part, there is outer layer. This outer layer is called as epidermis. In that there are number of layers up to this, the main part that is called as cortex. कॉर्टेक्स के अंदर होता है और एक लेयर, उसको बोलते हैं हम एंडोडर्मिस. एंडोडर्मिस के अंदर और एक लेयर होती है, उसको बोलते हैं पेरिसाइकल. और पेरिसाइकल के अंदर एक जाइलम और फ्लोएम होता है. देयर इज जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम. दिस इज इंटरनल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ ए रूट. और जब एपिडर्मिस से जाके जब कॉर्टिकल सेल्स तक ये जाएगा, देन इट इज कॉल्ड एज ectomycorrhiza. Now if it penetrates inside the cortex up to xylem, that is called as the endomycorrhiza. That is called as endomycorrhiza. Now in this type, the fungal hyphae grow inside the cortex of the root with some intracellular hyphae tips. In some forms of endomycorrhiza, the fungal hyphae develop some special organs called vesicles. Now some of the mycorrhizal hyphae, they penetrate up to the inner cortex or xylem, and they form the special tips, swollen tips of the hyphae, and they are called as arbuscles or vesicles. Arbuscles or vesicles. And these endomycorrhiza are called as vesicular, arbuscular endomycorrhiza या mycorrhiza, and these are abbreviated as VAM. This is highly efficient than the ectomycorrhiza. The VAM occur in large number of crop plants. These vesicles and arbuscles help in the absorption of nourishment from cortical cells. A single endomycorrhizal fungus can form association with the roots of a number of plants. And we can have a birch or betula tree, which is found to have mycorrhizal association with 13 species of fungi. That means a particular fungus, if it is more in amount in the soil, it can form the fungal association with number of plants, while as a plant can make fungal association with the help of its roots to a number of fungi. That means different fungi are found associated with a single species of plant. And these fungi mainly help in the absorption of water. These help in the absorption of water from the surroundings or from the rhizosphere, of the plant root, and thus they increase the absorption of water. And these mycorrhizae also help in the absorption of minerals. These minerals are found in the debris of the organic matter. These mycorrhizae also help in the absorption of phosphorus, sulfur, potassium, and nitrogen mainly. Now they also produce growth-inducing hormones. And it has been seen in Pinus and Betula that in absence of fungus, they show growth, but it is not of the order that which is found in presence of fungus. That is, when there is fungal association, there is more growth as they induce the growth hormones. Now these also secrete, fungal hyphae also secrete the substances which prevent the root from parasitic fungi and harmful bacteria. And they also enable the plants to grow in the mineral deficit soils. Mineral deficit in the mineral deficient soils. Mineral deficient soils, saline soils, and in the soils where there is unfavorable pH and temperature. And in case of orchids, the fungus absorbs nourishment from outside and delivers to the germinating seed, as the same is devoid of stored food. You know that orchid seeds are the seeds which have no or less reserve food material. They grow, they germinate in presence of mycorrhizal fungi. Now, mycorrhizae have also antimicrobial substances which protect the root from parasitic fungi and harmful bacteria by secreting antimicrobial substances. This was all about the fungi kingdom, and the next will be the plant kingdom.